Hi, welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. Today I wanted to talk about a situation with ice that I've encountered for the last 2 days of mountain biking. So yesterday I did a ride. It was about 16 miles. I climbed almost 3,000 feet. I was up about 5 miles upriver here at Swiftwater. And I took two of these. They're just these, I don't know, they're like a flavored carbonated water. And I cut them off and put ice in them. And I started doing this with these smaller ones. And this one is sparkling ice. You know, you get them at Dollar General, Walmart, Costco, whatever. And I was using a couple of these and I thought, wow, this would work, better being longer, bigger. So it would work longer. It would, melt slower. So yesterday on my ride, I used two of these. And my Camelbak bladder has a divider in it, and I was able to fit one of these in each side. And I climbed a lot. It was quite a bit hotter. I rode later in the day, and so it's hotter than I was on my ride today. But I actually ran out of water, and I had one of these had melted off pretty quickly. It was kind of small. The other one was still a pretty big clump of ice. So before I dropped down off the mountain, I was actually holding my bladder and trying to kind of warm it up and get it to melt off a little bit and give me a little bit of water for the ride down. So today I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'll just do one of these. And I did some ice cubes from my refrigerator thinking, that stuff's going to melt off fast, which it did. I ran out of water again today, so I was out there not as long today, but I rode 20 miles, so it was a little bit longer ride. And I think, I thought this would be a great idea having these big ones. And I think it would be if I had to fill up my Camelbak with ice and drive quite a while and then maybe do a big ride. I also think that, like when I did my ride up in Bend, Oregon, I don't know, a little over a month ago, that where I did 41 miles, and there's no way I can do a 41-mile ride with just 100 ounces. I mean, I blew way through that, and so something like this would work really well to drop those in. I actually think I used the smaller ones, but this would have been good because I did go back. I grabbed some food out of the truck, replenished my Camelbak water, and then kept going. And then I actually had to get more water at the visitor center because it was pretty warm. It was getting a warm day, but I was high elevation. I was tired. I was drinking a lot. So I'm thinking for my everyday rides, this is not, the great size. Now, when you have the full bottle, and throwing this whole thing sealed in an ice chest, that's great. These take a long time, especially in my lifetime coolers. They melt really slowly, so they help keep things cool. But I wanted to show you what I was looking at. And so I was able, this did melt off just a little bit, but that much right there is what was left of this ice cube. So it's about half the height. It's it melted off, so it's not as big around, but there is still a big old chunk of ice. And so what I thought about yesterday is maybe what I need to do is at least fill one of these bottles. And now that I think about it, this might be a little small, but on big rides today where there's no water source, even if I had a life straw, there's no water around. Maybe what I need to do is take an uncut bottle like this with water in the pouch, and then as this ice water melts off, or as I go through all the water, pour it in to kind of keep that going. I'm happy with the fact that I didn't blow through all my water. And I had this experience when I had been here for, it was about a year, I think, and We moved here the end of August in 2016, and I think this was the summer of 2017. I was going on the North Umpqua Trail, and I thought, oh, I should add some ice to my Camelbak. And then stupid me thought, no, it's fine. You're going to be in the shade. This was pre-fire. Everything was shaded. And when I did this ride, I was just dying. The air trapped in low was really hot. And even though I was in the shade, I wasn't getting, refreshed or replenished or anything with warm water. As I said, I'm not doing that crap any again. Even if it's kind of a cold day, I still put ice in there to just give me that sense of, refreshment or whatever to kind of help with that. So 2 of these right here, definitely too much. So I think I need to maybe go back to these, maybe try 3 of these to see. This one is just, too big, unless I was doing a big ride like today and I was kicking out 35-40 miles. But this is a great way to help melt slower and keep my water colder faster than ice cubes out of the freezer, or my what my refrigerator makes, or buying them at the gas station, whatever, or the soda fountain. So that's at least a way to do that. So I'd love to hear, when you are out hiking, when you are out, if you're mountain biking, you're doing anything like that outdoors, what are you doing to keep cool, to keep your water cool, to kind of keep you going? And this just kind of proves a point that you kind of have to experiment a little bit. And I wouldn't say that I suffered. I ran out of water near the top, and I came down and I didn't have any water for 15 to 20 minutes dropping down, but thankfully I had it climbing. But it was a learning experience, where something that, dropping 2 of those in my Camelbak seemed like a great idea, but I didn't consider how much water that is displacing. And so I'm actually losing quite a bit of volume of my 100 ounces of water. So trying to manage that and stay cool and stay hydrated while we're out. This is a hot summer in a lot of places. Thankfully, we have cooled off. Here in Roseburg, Oregon, we are breaking triple digits last weekend. I drove home from San Francisco, and we went through Redding, California last Sunday, and it was 117 degrees. And, that is just hot and miserable. So I know there's a lot of stuff going on all over the place. So, it is important to stay cool and stay hydrated, but to be able to have that extra water. Now, if I'm just doing yard work, that's really easy to just grab more water, whatever. But one of the things I did well on these 2 days is I had one of my insulated cups, and I had it full of ice and ice water. So when I got back, I knew that I didn't have, a drive home that I had to wait for. I was actually going to just get back and immediately have a cold beverage to start drinking. And I just had flavored water drops, so it was really refreshing. So again, I'd love to hear, what do you do? How do you stay cool? What are you, doing to manage the heat and everything like that? And as always, thanks for watching Outdoor Gear and Skills, and we'll see you out there.